My children, your time is now. Listen to my voice that is within you. Each and every one of you. You hear me. You know me. It is time to rise up inside, to know that my words are true in your heart, that speak of love and compassion. It is time for all to change. Know this, my children, each one of you. You are strong. I have called you because you are strong. Because inside you love is growing. The love that knows no fear. This love, children, this love will walk and walk and walk to the high places, to the low places. Each of you, look well and see. I am see inside my children. I am. I am. Rise up. Go to the top of the mountain. Inside. Inside. Children. Yes. Oh. Oh, greetings, greetings to you all. Welcome. How wonderful. One of my most favorite places in your whole town. So much love present, such beauty. I honor all the deities here present and the love of all those who care for this place. Blessings to the temple of the goddess. Welcome, welcome to you all. I notice some rather familiar faces. Thank you for coming indeed. And then I notice some wonderful faces I have not seen in this incarnation before. Yes, thank you for coming, dear ones. You are most welcome. I am Chung Fu. Often I have been called the old Chinese or the old Tibetan. In some incarnations I have been the old Indian and the old Incan. So, take your pick, beloved ones. But I come to you as Chung Fu today. And I call upon all guides and helpers to come close around you, to brush their cheeks with yours, that you may feel their soft embrace, that you may know the spirit beings who gather around you. For there are many here. And I welcome your family, relations, and ancestors in the spirit world. Many gathered, many coming forward. Welcome to all, and to all ascended beings working with you all. Those great brother sisterhoods of the soul, the oversouls who gather to help all of humanity, and especially at this time. Welcome angelic and archangelic beings and deities who come forward within all of your lineages, with whom you have worked, whom you have worshipped, and who come through you into your worlds. For deities are those beings of other dimensionality who require your bodies to appear in this world. We honor the solar deities at this time. Solar lords, both feminine and masculine, coming forward with the great light from the central sun, bringing the breath of the new creation. This light comes especially through the divine feminine at this time. For so much upon your earth needs to be turned upside down and inside out, and shaken and stirred a little, and a lot. And I welcome all of the elemental deities, vast powers, and spirits of earth, air, fire, and water, and all of the beings of nature, the standing people of the trees. Welcome, welcome, for I see many spirit trees that are your favorites. Perhaps you do not realize they are not so stuck on the ground in the spiritual aspect. Yes, and they come with you. And spirits of plants, bringers of nourishment, of food, of medicine and healing. So many who work with the spirits of the plants here. And welcome all of the animals, birds, water creatures, insect beings, serpent beings, allies of yours in the light worlds of nature, bringing to you their powers and qualities gifts and blessings, intelligence and awareness to lift you up, to energize you, to bring you knowledge, information, intelligence that you need for this life upon the earth. Communicators from the elemental realms, fairy folk, elven, pixie, leprechaun, beings of light walking in the etheric body of the earth. Ancient beings, dragon energies, unicorn, phoenix, firestar, firebird, extraterrestrial and starseed beings of other dimensionality, for many are they who come from other galaxies and other stars within this galaxy, who want to commune with you, bring you information, help you through difficult patches, remind you of who you are. We give thanks for the protection all around you, love and blessings, peace and grace, wisdom, inspiration, healing and compassion of the all-in-one divine presence deep within each and every one. And may the living spirit that is within all things come forward within you and bring to your awareness the beauty of your inner being, the power and the light of your higher self, enabling you to bring those strengths and powers through that you need at this time to create your pathway in this life, to bring forward your authentic being, your truth, harmony, to create within this world peace and love, pathways of the new expression and the new understanding, new constructs, new lifestyles, bringing love, joy, abundance, connection, communion, and deep understanding that is beyond the mind. The most important thing for you is to be able to access that which is beyond the mind, that which is in your soul, that which is effectively the divine, your divine being, that which is you in Goddess, in God, you in oneness with the divine within you. What is the spirit realm? The spirit realm is a realm of light. There are many dimensions to the spirit realm. The dimension I come from, well, in many senses it does not appear, you could say, on your radar. But I take an incarnation that brings me from the sixth, which is like you could say it's like a middle station between the extremely non-registerable dimensions in terms of light into the visibility of light in the seventh, the sixth dimensions, and coming in, I have a body of light that I occupy in the astral, which is the fourth dimension, the one very close to this one, the third dimension. Why do you choose to have a life, beloveds? It is a precious thing, you know, a life upon the earth. As I look around the room, I see that you have chosen indeed, and you understand the power of this choice, that you have come at a special time upon this beautiful planet. And all of you here are very interested in what is happening in terms of evolution, of change, transformation and growth, both within yourself and all around you. And you must have noticed there are some rapid changes going on. You think back 10 years, I think most of you here can think back 10 years and can remember how different it was then. Can you feel inside yourself a kind of speeding up? Sometimes you might feel a little bit behind, as though you got to catch up with something. Sometimes you might feel, I wish we could just stop a little. Just slow it all down a little. You're there, but it's a lot to keep up with. That's right. Perhaps you thought the universe always ticked along, tick tock, always at the same pace, going along, nice and slow, just right. Not true, is it? Galloping. Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, tick tock. You know, after a while it'll be just. That's good, you have to stop thinking then. Because thinking is quite a slow occupation. Perhaps some of you have already found that. You think of love. Perhaps all of you in here at some time have fallen in love. Happens just like that. No thinking involved whatsoever. In fact, if you're thinking about it, you've probably fallen out of love already. That's right. Because love is that state of oneness. Love is. You can think about it, but love just is. You can analyze it, but love just is. The state of being that is love is the state of presence divine. It is the state I'm sure you would all agree you aspire to. Oh, so many things get in the way of love. But you still aspire to it. You know it. Deep inside you know where you are going. You want it. You desire it. Some of you think it might be in another person, but most of you in here got over that one a while ago. And I think you've understood. Love is a state of being. And that's what you're here to discover ever more deeply within yourself, is that state of being called love. It has other names: bliss, ecstasy, delight, joy, oneness, communion, connection. But what it is, it's the power to surrender and allow. It's a feeling. When you breathe, just feel your breath. You see, you're made for love. You're made to experience love. It sounds so simple, doesn't it? Perhaps we can all go home now. Just get on with it. That would be good. Just get on with it. Get on with loving. That's right. Well, you do. Every single person here, I know. That's what you do. You are committed. And really, love isn't the problem, is it? It's everything else. As you move towards love, you become painfully aware that within you are many resistances to really loving. I mean, it's all very nice listening to this old Chinese discarnate spirit talking about love, but we all know we've got to go home and we got to clean the house and do the washing up, and then there's the bills to pay, and I got to go and do something perhaps that I'm not so keen on doing. It's all very well, all these spirits talking about love, but there's so much in life that is hard to face. And have you noticed how wonderful it feels when you have faced it? When you have managed to understand yourself, another person, when you've managed to untie a knot, decode an enigma of your soul. So the divine tools are here inside your body for love, but also there, equally powerful, are all the challenges, all the places where you get exhausted, frustrated, fed up, where you are aware inside yourself that you've done more loving than anyone you can actually at this moment think of, and where's the love coming for you? That sense of love as something that passes back and forth. Love, the word that is used for so many different things. So having accepted that your entire purpose is to learn to love, to become an ever more expansive, delightful, wonderful, accessible being full of divine presence, having accepted that, we can kind of put that over there and get on with the business of life, which is to deal with just about everything else. For example, what are you going to do? If anything, perhaps some of you have already decided about the state of your world in just about every aspect. Ecological imbalance, economical imbalance, political imbalance, social imbalance, imbalance within families, imbalance within you. There's so much for you to attend to, beloved. But the most important thing is to find that place inside you where you are still and centered, where you know you are the living spirit within, you are love, and you are connected to the divine, and that solid as a rock place, you build it and grow it with all that you've got. You might use one technique or another. You might like to meditate, to do yoga, to run every morning, to swim in the sea. Your practice of connection to your essence can be any variety. You might be a painter, a sculptor, a musician, a poet, a seer, a dreamer. What matters is your practice needs to connect you to the center of your being, to your divinity, to your feeling of flow, to your feeling of expansion and wellness. There are no rules other than that of being the love, being the presence divine. And even that is not a rule, it just simply is. It's how you get to be truly yourself. Feel inside yourself at this moment as we arrive here, how do you feel? Just breathe. Make space inside your belly, inside your heart. Just breathe. Go inside, enjoy where you are. It's perfect where you are. We are gathered together here. And in the wholeness of being together, we have created a temple of presence that each one expresses in your own way. Feel what color you are. Feel inside yourself. Are you feeling warm? Can you feel the presences around you in the world of light? Can you feel the divine presences here, watching over, kind eyes, manifesting in the etheric worlds so that you can see them, coming through creations of art, of pictures, coming through your heart? Can you feel? It's all for you. Your presence here is drawing that love in. Each one who is here is adding to that vast presence more power, more love. Feel as though you are breathing it in, absorb it deep inside you. For this is a creation when you gather together with the intention to grow stronger, bigger, more luminous, more loving. It happens. Just with me, gently, just find the sound that works for you, your energy, your vibration, your resonance, and we will listen in the room as we make that sound together. That is our unified sound. And into that sound will come other sounds as the spirits are enabled to sound through you. Sound is like color. It is a vibration of formation. So when you make sound, we can see cathedrals of shapes, beautiful geometric structures that your sounds create, that move, that have color and great beauty. Some of you understand the power of color and of sound. All of you, in fact, have relationship with color and with sound. From within you, there are emitted rays of color and sound all the time, not always visible or audible. For here in the worlds of light, you are color and sound, beloved. And each of you has a resonant field. And when we speak of healing, when you are coming in more and more into your body, coming into alignment where your spirit is able to fully express all of your color and sound, what starts to happen is your auric field starts to expand. You will notice it in the quality of your voice. The days you feel a little bit sort of squashed and small, your voice goes all squashed and small too. The days when you feel expansive and free, your voice will feel as though it is radiant, moving, expressive. You have within you many powers that lay dormant, that can be awoken through the use of sound, of course, and movement. And to understand that each sound is also a color, that inside you, you are in effect bringing forward your sound to appear, to resonate in the world. Your purpose is to arrive. It is remarkable how many tools you have in your world to prevent you arriving. So many distractions. One of the worst is television. Let's watch everybody else arrive on a strange square screen thing while we disappear. Of course, it's fine sometimes to watch things, but I'm just saying that as an addiction or as something, as an escape, you will notice you have many methods in your culture to disappear, to not appear, many excuses that say it's more important to do this, that, the other, whatever it is, other than embody the fullness of your being. And you are only ever going to be happy, beloved, when you are present and embodied, when you are here. You spend a lot of energy getting here, making your bodies, working out what on earth is going on so that you can truly arrive. Some of you have had very difficult journeys in your lives. A lot to work out, a lot of pain, a lot of grief and loss and sorrow. Whatever those journeys, beloved, they are perfect for you. Your higher self has spent a long time with your ancestors, guides, mentors, helpers, deities on the inner plane for your soul to have worked out just what kinds of difficulties you need, just what kinds of challenges, just how long they need to last for you to really get the point, for the message to truly come home for you. You can never compare yourself to another person, but for you, you have made a perfect journey. And that realization, that turning to face with all your love, with all the living spirit that you can incarnate, to turn to face what you don't want to look at. Let's switch the television on. Let's go out. Let's have a meal. Let's do anything. Oh no, do I really have to look at that? And you turn and you face a fear, a pain, a sorrow, something stuck in your throat, stuck somewhere in you, a feeling of resistance. Perhaps it is even all the way to hatred, jealousy, fed up, a stale feeling, exhausted. Perfect, wonderful. The more dramatic it is, the more declared it is, the more chance you have got to really take hold of it. But that's what you have to do, take hold of it and find allies that you can journey with, that you can go deep with. So it can be an adventure, perhaps a scary adventure, but an adventure nonetheless. It's what you're here for. There are other places you can have lives, but none quite like the earth, beloved. None that gives you the experience of duality. You know, I really like you, but I can't stand you as well. What am I going to do? I sort of want to go out and I don't want to go out all at once. I can't seem to find myself. I know I'm in here somewhere. This world where you are required to be outside, to be sensual, to be touching, tasting, feeling, hearing, seeing, sensing, and at the same time to know what's going on in the invisible world of your soul, so that you do all that touching, tasting, sensing, feeling, seeing in alignment. So it's actually all useful. It's not distracting you. It's not taking you off your course. It's bringing you into connection with your divine self, with your higher self, or your priestess self. Everything inside you is perfect for you. Sometimes I make myself unpopular by saying these things, when the one thing someone wants is a way out. Surely not. You're not going to face me back in there, are you? I've been in there for a very long time. Well, you're going to have to stay in there, in that focus, in your inner world, until you find that joy that's hidden under the pain, that love that's hidden under the fear, that peace that's hidden under the rage and the grief. And so the emotional body is your signpost. It tells you where to look, where what you've lost is waiting for you. But then what if you've shut down the feelings? What if you can't feel what to do? That's the most common situation in your world. Emotions? We don't care about emotions. Waste of time. Rather take a pill. Rather walk the other way. Many, many people in your world are terrified of their emotions. That's really why they're shut down. Probably the ladies in the room, with all due respect to the most wonderful gentlemen we have here present, may have discovered your emotions perhaps sooner than some of the men you know. Not the men in the room. Oh no. No, no. Though it is hard, it is differently hard for women and for men to find the deep truth within your soul that your emotion is trying to take you to. For different reasons, it is hard. And so if you are fortunate enough to be a human being who has been shown how to find your deep feelings, be very grateful to whoever has shown you, perhaps yourself. For in your culture, this is the single most damaging of teachings, so-called, that tells the children to be quiet, don't cry, don't shout, don't scream, and if you're angry, I'll shut you in your room. In this damaging culture, many adults find themselves disabled from finding those oh so important powers within in order to journey deeper and bring back what they have lost. Everything is available to you. You have within you everything you need for these journeys of retrieval, of recovery. Everyone here is at a very different stage of your journey. We cannot generalize in a way that will be relevant to each and every one, other than in one respect. Wherever you are, your emotions are going to provide you the key to open up the door to many lost places. What is loss? Lost what? We speak of arriving. We say to you, come, arrive, be here now, be here with all of you, enjoy your life, it is a wonderful thing. Why would you not do that? Why can't you do that, perhaps in some respects? I'm trying, I'm really trying. You know, I hear my beloved people, I'm trying to do my practice Chung Fu. I just fall asleep, that's all. I'm really trying. Why? Why do you think? What is happening inside? You are here because your soul wants you to grow. You are here because your higher self has the overview and has put your soul into a position where all the ingredients are there. Almost. What is it that you need to do to make the best use of what you have already created from a very conscious place, this life, and all of its experiences? What do you need to make the very best use of this scenario in your life? You need to be able to see consciousness, and you need to want to, and you need to be very brave, because when you get into the places of deep resistance within you, it is genuinely frightening. You really believe it's happening. That's how you know you're doing the work. It actually hurts. You're not pretending, you're not trying anymore, you're not intending, you're not in a class and you're not doing an exercise, you're in it. You know the phrase, everybody, I'm in it today and I can't get out of it. I'm in the mud, I'm stuck, I'm in the glue, because you have identified with the place of pain. You have become it, and to a measure you have to, in order to move it. And here is that power of your dual consciousness. Dual, because you are both your God, Goddess self, and you are your human primal self. You are both, and you are everything in between. You are the most extraordinary and most wonderful creation. when you manifest the wholeness of your being, the experience of being human, it is a great jewel that is desired. All spirits want to incarnate to be a human being on the earth, to have this experience and continue to refine it and hone it, to have that joy, that oneness of non-duality that happens when the divine and human self become one. But how to do that? How to attain that state? You have to be able to go up into the upper realms and deep, deep down into the lower realms, and not to get lost in either. It is like the weaving of the Kundalini, the strands of Kundalini that weave, male and female, dark and light, both equally essential for the experience of total presence. I wonder which you think is more easy, to fly with the angels or to dive deep into the underworld. There are those present here who do both well, and there are some who perhaps are wondering at that question. These are the skills of your soul required for you to bring that oneness, that you can have a part of you that will bring in your divine self to preside over a journey deep into the underworld of your being, where there are fears, terrors, monsters, pains, memories, abuse, abandonment, loss, grief, rage, yet inside each of those so-called negative words is a treasure house. I'm sure that each one of you here could choose today a negative experience, perhaps that you have just had, or perhaps something that is lurking there, something you're just aware of, a discomfort, a frustration, some aspect of negativity you might like to look at just now. We're not going to get lost there. We're not going to go very deep today. Though Chung Fu does invite you, come deep. When you are ready, beloveds, come deep, for therein, within you, is everything you need. But just let's take one strand, a feeling, something you would like to explore just now. It could be a lack, something you desire in the physical world. Despite all your brilliant spirituality, perhaps, and you're seeing that it's something very material, perhaps, but it's all right. Why would you come to the very material world if you're not interested in attaining very material things? Allow yourself to want something, or to question something, or just to explore a place of fear, or just a place of apprehension, or just a sense of resistance. And don't worry too much if you can't find one. Just relax and breathe. You are a being of light and you live in a world of light. And when you sleep at night, you go into that dream world. You walk about and you know it is real. These are real worlds. You know this is really you. And many strange things can happen to you. And you come back and you think, thank goodness it was only a dream. Thank goodness I'm back in my body now. Back in your physical body, that is. Accessible to you through the worlds of light are many, many realities, many, many places of the spirit. So many. But you only go where your higher self guides you to go. For your highest good. So long as you decide it is that way. Decide it now. Feel above you and around you, expanded around you, that presence, and know this is your higher self. As we have been here together, you've all arrived with more of you. Feel that expanded self. And look upon your human self and love him or her. You are your best lover, your best seer, your best guide, your best healer. Look and see, for you can see you better than anyone else. Look and see the small place, the little place you had a thought about, the place that wants strengthening, healing, holding, loving. See that place from that very big you. Breathe into that very big you. Enjoy that feeling. I am indeed very big. Breathe a little more and expand a little more and enjoy the presence of your higher self. And looking into your human being, have great compassion. After all, he or she has to walk about down on the pavement in the mud. He or she has to deal with all the other human beings from the very small place. Have great compassion for your human self. Breathe some of that strength, some of that bigness, some of that expansion into your human self. Your human self needs every bit of your power you can give him or her. Breathe some of that power in. Feel yourself both giving and receiving. You are a multidimensional being. You are capable of so much. Even as you take this position to love yourself, many beings are gathered around you loving you. And even as you feel this aspect of your higher self, I assure you there are many more lining up all around you in the worlds of light, colors of you, aspects of you. See if you can see and sense amongst your guides also, though, you, the vastness of you, the luminosity. You are all lights. You are many colors. You are great beauty. Breathing, expanding and feeling love for you, the human you. You have the task as the human you to bring this vast being in. Look at you. Are you big enough yet? Look at your human being. Is he or she expanded enough yet Does he believe you exist? Does she believe? You are in both places. You are vast and you are small. Breathe yourself down into your human being for a moment on the ground, feet on the ground. From that human place, see your inner child, another layer again, small, tiny. Oh my goodness, so tiny. A little one, so fragile, but so beautiful. So innocent and pure. Feel the connection between your divine higher self and this child self. That is a really strong connection. A direct line all the way from the source to that creative, beautiful child. What is your child doing right now? Breathe into your child. Feel the feelings inside your child self. Your child likes the animals and the birds, the water creatures. Which ones are around you? Feel that aspect of you that is connected to nature, the primal and elemental nature, wind and rain and sun, earth and sky, moon and stars. Your child loves nature, connected to all that is on earth. Breathing, opening your heart. Feel your higher self. Feel your child looking up at your higher self. Feel the openness of you, open to the world of light. You could go anywhere. You could draw energy from anywhere. Where would you like to draw energy from for your being? What planet? What star? What galaxy? What spirits? What beloveds? What goddesses and gods? You are connected to everyone, to every being, to every location. Relax, entirely relax to receive. Your spirit knows what you need at this moment, what quality, what power. The beauty that is radiating in this world of light. Open right up to receive. Faces come, beings come near. Bringing you love, bringing you colors, nectar, energy, power, pure presence. In these realms of light, your child is so happy. This is the world your child knows well. This is the world your spirit knows well. This is the light your body of light needs to be able to function upon the earth well. The earth is also made of light, manifested into the physical dimension, like you, needing the light of your love, the light of the consolidated, conjoined will of humanity to love. That is when the earth starts to vibrate and resonate and make the sound that is earth love, communing with you. Deep inside you, you know that sound. That is the sound that called you here. Feel as though you are communing with the earth, with each other, and with all the beings on the grid of lights. And allow your sound to connect you together as though you are communicating your love, your presence. On the in-breath, drink in the love. On the out-breath, send yours to whoever you can see around you, to whoever you feel around you, to everyone in this physical space, and all the beings gathered in the luminous space. Gradually draw this sound into your body and arrive fully in the physical. This is the necessary fuel that you need in your body. The presence of your higher self, the sound of beauty, the sound of love, without which it is really hard for you to meet all that comes to you of unconsciousness, of disconnection, pain and suffering, of grief and rage and loss, of unconsciousness in the physical, emotional and mental realms at this time. To be resourced means to be filled with that kind of energy. Because there is so much demand upon your system every day, all the time, you need to know how to resource yourself several times a day, perhaps not as elaborately as we just did, but in some way or another. For example, the use of the elements, washing, using water, bathing your face, your hands, asking the spirits of the water to take away what you may have absorbed, perhaps from someone else's stress, perhaps just yourself from seeing something distressing, or from something that's come up within you as a response to stress. Or fire, candles, light a candle, ask the spirits of the fire to burn away what is excess in your auric field, what is heavy, what you are carrying, what is burdensome. Or through the earth, walking with feet heavy on the land, boom, 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 putting down, drumming the energy out of your body, consciously releasing and clearing your body, because so much all the time is being moved, cycled, lifted up, revealed at this time. The wind, incense, cleansing, beautiful aromas, consciously using the elements, as well as sound and the beauty of color, bathing in color, aromatherapy, color therapy. However you do it, you need to know how to resource yourself for the enormous challenge that is your modern day life. Not to anesthetize, not to shut down, but then to protect yourself once you are resourced. To understand your body of light, to realize that you are light, and to have the simple tools for a daily life that is full of demand, constant demand. The more you are a light worker, the more you are asked to do. The more the spirits are around you, showing up your light, and people come to you, I need this, I need that, help me, I'm drowning, lift me up, carry me on your back. No, but perhaps for a moment, just to put you down on the side and help you breathe. And each one must know how not to take on those burdens that are pretty much falling from the sky and rising from the ground and falling out of the hearts of people at a great rate at this time. And you will be being called forward to help many, many desperate souls. And of course, to become ever more powerful and be able to help those souls, you have to clear and clear and clear the burdens that are your basic core burdens, your karmic elements, what you have come to understand within you. Now there are very, very strong and deep methods that I use and that all my beloveds who work with me use. I am not going to actually bring them in today, but I'm going to talk about them, so that you know how vast is the array of assistance that you can bring in for yourself. I have mentioned the use of the elements. And of course you understand well in principle. But at this time upon your earth, there's one particular element very, very strong. In fact, in some countries, burning down forests, houses, running riot. The power of the sun so strong at this time. The solar energy is coming through, bringing the breath of the new creation, but also bringing a breath of destruction of the old. But there is a good news about that also, that the fire elementals are extremely ready to work with you should you decide to do that in a boundaried and clear and ceremonial way. Extremely powerful and extremely effective and used since ancient time, the ceremony of clearing by fire. The creation of a sacred space and the lighting of a sacred fire. The knowing deep inside yourself of what you wish to change and move, transform. The coming into alignment with your higher self, resourcing yourself as we have just done. The contemplation of the place of pain or of old ancestral content that you wish to move. The understanding of it as best you can, but most importantly, accessing it, feeling it, knowing it, tasting it, remembering it. That means for a moment really feeling that anger, that shame, that pain, loss, abuse, grief, sadness, despair, terror. Contemplating it and allowing it to be for a moment strongly present in your body. Because it is a physical transference that you are performing. It is an actual enactment, a movement through the body, an embodiment, really you could say, of the dark that is contained in the depth of your being, a dragging up or hauling up and a bringing up through the root and into the hara and up through the voice, through the heart, through the belly, and a giving to the fire with sound, vocally, perhaps also with verbal expression, but definitely with pure sound. And a physical movement, a physical sensation that comes into your body, perhaps after a few times of doing it, becoming more and more able to give yourself permission to release it from your body. Working with the fire is possible for every human being. The fire is accessible, but it must be boundaried and it must be held. You will find that if you work with fire and you do not work ceremonially, things will happen. Candles will fall over, things will catch fire. It must be boundaried and held strongly. So I just mentioned this tool. It's a very important tool in your time. You see, when people resort to war, it is a very unboundaried, very horrible, very uncontrolled and very dark use of the fire element. But it is nevertheless the fire element. It will come to destroy if it is not used creatively. The solar energy that is coming through into your world is very powerful, and it is for you. The solar beings coming through want you to drop your burdens into their rays. In some countries that is literally possible. You can have a fire ceremony with the sun. You have to have it with care and you have to shield yourself. But you can put what you want burned into the solar rays and it will burn. You can also do that etherically, understanding the power of the inner sun, that everything appearing in your world is first existing in the world of light, pre-physical. So you can work with all these things on the inside, but again, work with intention, have a beginning, a peaking, a giving, and a coming down, a calming down, and an end, and a thanking, and a gratitude, and a rest. For these are strong movements that your body naturally wants to make, that your body is designed to make. You are designed to go all the way. You are designed to have the most extreme experiences of wonder. To be able to embody the divine, you have to also be able to embody everything else that is in you. You can't get rid of a single thing. It's all there because it has a purpose. Your job is to discover the purpose of everything you contain, to consecrate it, to know it, to love it, to transform it, and to avail yourself of it, the energy and the power that is within, encapsulated in all aspects within you. Crystals. If you knew the heat at which crystals were made, you would understand they are a manifestation of fire. Working with crystals requires great discipline and deep understanding. There are those here who work with crystals deeply and strongly. So you know what I mean. The crystalline energy is at the very matrix, at the very center of creation. Everything that comes through from the central sun comes through the crystalline matrix and out into form. The crystal, as physically held in your hand, is the other extreme. It is the landing of all that power into form. The crystal that you hold in your hand, and there are, of course, myriads of expressions of that crystalline energy. It holds so much from the very beginning of time into that moment that you hold it in your hand. Working with crystals, very, very powerful for your inner soul journey. Sometimes it will be necessary to give it a break. Feel, trust, know, love, open, and surrender to that knowledge that is ready to come through now. And I say it is ready to come through, for the whole of the crystalline dimension is at a point now of bringing in the solar logos, or the word, or the energy, or the power from the divine source that is coming through now in a new expression through all of creation, through every single one of you, pouring through the crystalline dimension and into form. Crystals of every color, of every shape. Find 1, 2, 3, find 7, one for every one of your chakras, and just be with them. Trust the energy that is beyond the mind. Just be with them. Feel, sense, listen on the inside. Be willing to change. Be willing especially to let go, to allow, to open up. These are new times. Bodies are being changed. New kinds of bodies are coming through. Those of you who know young children will have seen this. New kinds of beings. It is also a time of karmic cleansing. That also means that great challenges are happening for many people. Extreme lives, like the refugees, like the war zones, the children born into war zones, children born into a refugee camp. choosing to walk that path, coming with extraordinary compassion and understanding, coming through at the bottom to rise through, to radiate light into very dark places. Each one of you has a perfectly designed life. See if you can find that perfection. See if every day of your life you can give thanks. How much for? Each one of you here to grow and to help each other grow. Here to transmit your light, your color, your sound, essential to the whole, and the whole, the essence of you. There's no separation. As we have said together, notice we have become one body of light. The lines of definition no longer there. Breathing, enjoy the vastness of this body of light that your spirits have created here. And breathe that light down into that difficult place, any place that presents you with a challenge. Any place where you need love and presence. Feel these words resonating within you. I am the living spirit that is within all things. The universe resonates its wholeness through me here on this earth at this point in time. My being holds divine presence in all the cells of my body. I am one with all beings here present. In the whole of this body of light. And the whole of this body of light is in each of my cells. I see my human being protected and surrounded in this loving presence. And I see that my human self is there to transmit this light. I am the living embodiment of love. And so it is. Blessings and peace. You will have a short break for your comfort, dear ones. And just relax, you don't have to rush. Coming back gently into your bodies.